What's up everyone, Super Auto Gaming here, back with another video on the test server. And I actually had this game a couple of days ago, so, they've been changing literally like what's in the beta like every few days. Now I commend them for being on top of it, so it's really cool, but it also puts like any videos that I absolutely had like out of date almost immediately. But I think the premise will still stay, yeah, will still stay exactly the same because this Feint build is actually oppressive, I'm telling you, and it will stay that way. If anything, it might have just gotten worse because the newest version of Orca, there's been, 6 variations at this point. I'm kidding, I don't know how many variations, but there's been a lot. Um, and the newest version of Orca spawns 2 level 1 Feint pets from any pack. So it can choose from any of them. You can't try to force Eagle out anymore. Whereas in this particular video, I believe this is when Orca could spawn 2 level 1 pets in your pack. So they change it quite a bit. And then this build mainly incorporates Vulture and Toad. Toad is absolutely insane. It's probably one of the best 3-drops, and I'm surprised they haven't done anything about it yet. So its ability, whenever one of the enemies takes damage, it gets weakness. And you can see how that would be really good with Vulture, because when a unit dies, Vulture will actually hit a random unit for 2 damage, and that of course will trigger Toad. So you really want to have a level 2 or 3 Toad so you can get as many triggers as possible. It's 2, 4, 6, I believe, respectively for his level. And Vulture is the same, which it deals 2 damage, 2, 4, 6. And then you want to get Orca on the team, because Orca is just amazing. You could spawn literally anything from your pack out of it. I want to have a big unit up in the front, and our big unit will be Leech, just because that's what we happen to get. And you put, Pepper on anything that's above 25 attack, and you're basically done. So it'll take out one big unit, and you're solid. And then the last unit you could probably have as sort of anything you want. It could be a scalar, it could be anything, but I think Anteater is actually really, really good. I did not originally expect Anteater to be so good. It's a tier 4. When it faints, it spawns 2 level 1 ants. And then those ants go up to level 2 and 3, respectively. And, like, it doesn't sound that good, but being able to spawn 2 more units, that's 2 more Feint triggers for Vulture. And then you also get the stats from the ants. So it's all around a really good deal. So I really, really like Vulture. It's really cool. I'm glad they included it in the game. I mean, I think I said Vulture. I meant Anteater. Vulture sucks. I hate Vulture. No, Vulture's cool too. And I think it probably doesn't deserve to be a tier 6, but they're going to keep it there with how good all the Feint pets are. It just works so well with them, and they just want you to get it as late as possible. Because you've seen in my, if you saw my experience video, then you know that Vulture is absolutely insane. You need basically no stats, and you can just win. And now with the inclusion of Toad, I talked about it in that build as well. Toad will actually just annihilate them. Getting weakness is a whole nother level. That's why Lionfish is so good too. But Lionfish is a 5 and Toad is a 3. So you can see how one is clearly better than the other. And I believe that they work differently too. Lionfish is like before enemy or before ally attacks give opponent weakness, which is really, really good too. Like, don't get me wrong. But being able to, the Vulture to snipe something in the back and give it weakness, I think is probably better. So yeah, they originally nerfed Vulture from a tier 4 to a tier 6, which I think was a bit overzealous. Like, I don't think it was too insane. Like, yeah, it was good, but it was good because Orca was insane. So, but You know, what can you do? It's already done for at this point. I think Ostrich is really bad. You see, I just picked one up there. It looks bad. Its ability is bad. It's just bad, especially for a tier 6. Like, I'd honestly rather have Komodo. I thought Komodo was going to be really bad, but it's honestly not that bad. As long as you don't have to worry too much about positioning, it's good. However, what is it, Hammer Shark? Well, they buffed Hammer Shark recently, so it's not as bad anymore. I think it's actually pretty usable, because at least if you have one level 3 unit, you get 2 gold. So you're almost paying off the Hammer Shark immediately. So I think with the new edition, it's actually very playable. Just that 1 extra gold, I guess the doubling of the gold really did it, because it doubles at 246 now, and you can get an insane amount of gold. I still think the best use for Hammer Shark is with Swan, though, which is kind of counterintuitive. But we're popping off pretty well with the Leech here. I mean, you can already see, like, our Toad Vulture putting in work. Yeah, we're not even going to lose. Weakness is just very strong. Being able to get rid of their equipment is very, very powerful. And we don't get, I believe that's Spinosaurus. Yeah, we don't, I think about getting Spinosaurus in here because it does work well with the team. But at this point, I think still having Woodpecker in until we get Orca is totally fine. Because at a point, Leech won't be able to get any more health. Because it'll be up at the front. I don't want Leech to kill any more of my units. This guy had the same idea with Toad Woodpecker. It's not enough, though. Toad is just too strong. Yeah, I don't even know how it's a tier 3. I'm pretty sure it should be a tier 4, and it feels like it would be a tier 4. Yeah, we get the level 2 Anteater, which is perfect because it gets us straight into the Orca, which is exactly what we want. And now we can put our Leech up at the front. It's kind of weird. It doesn't have 25 attack yet, but we should be able to remedy that quite quickly with a couple of hot dogs. If it hits it. Pog, it does. Yeah, and at this point, our build is basically done. If there was Mushroom in the pack, you know, we could do it. This is pack 3, by the way. I should mention that. I feel like, yeah, I definitely need to mention what pack I'm exactly using at each time, because this could easily be a custom, but it's not. This is pack 3. Yeah, because it's not a weekly either, so... Pack 3 all the way for me. And look at that. Leech does exactly what it's supposed to do. Take out its big unit. And then, I mean, the rest is just cleanup. Like, what are you going to do? You can't do anything. Yeah, and then especially if you can get, like, a pineapple on Vulture. That's also super good. Or you could just get it to level 2 as well. That also works. Yeah, we're just going to buy food. Food and pets. We also have, we can lose one more time, so we're, like, totally safe. Getting a level 2 Orca would be amazing as well. Popcorns would do wonders. Like, see, this guy has a relatively similar team to me, but it just doesn't matter, man. Like, look at that. We got rid of all of his equipment, and Vulture just does the work, especially with the weakness. Make that 2 damage 5. And you're doing a whole lot. Yeah, definitely want Pepper on Vulture. We do not want it to get sniped. And we can even put Pepper on Toad. Yeah, we don't want either of them to get sniped. And just a bit more attack on the Leech. We could have put it on someone else, but I don't think it matters. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Feint builds are insane, and so is Toad. So you better watch out, because if it can beat this team, yeah, you better be worried. So, thank you so much for watching. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed. And you know what? Have a fantastic day.